Hi everyone, so it's Miss Patel. I'm just going to go through some methods of protest for women's rights. So we've got two methods. We've got peaceful and we've got violent. So I'm going to go through the peaceful first and then we'll go through violent. So firstly, the peaceful protesters were called the suffragists, which are different to the suffragettes. Okay, so you need to know the difference between that. So suffragists are always peaceful. Now, they were part of the group which was called the NUWSS, which stands for the National Union of Women's Suffrage Societies. Now, these societies existed around the 1880s, okay? And then they got bigger and bigger as more supporters came through. Now, one of the women that were elected to run this group was called Millicent Fawcett. Okay, so she's a key figure in our women's rights group, especially obviously for the suffragists. Now, some of the methods that they adopted was things like posters, banners, sashes. Okay, they used persuasion and campaigning. And they existed before the WSPU, which was the violent group. Now, what you need to know is that these were ultimately peaceful, okay? They were lots of middle-class women. Not to say that working-class women didn't support this, but many women, middle-class supporters. And actually, although it was quite slow to start with this, to get supporters, it did have quite a lot of people joining. However, in 1903, okay, there was a woman called Emmeline Pankhurst. You've probably heard of her. She's from Manchester and she was a women's rights advocate. Okay, she was part of the suffragettes, and we call the violent protesters suffragettes. And she created the Women's Social and Political Union that campaigned for women's rights and particularly the right to vote for women. Now, they adopted a very different kind of method. So they had violent marches, they chained themselves to railings, and on one occasion also Buckingham Palace as well. They put firebombs in post boxes, they tried to put buildings on fire, they went on hunger strikes, they smashed windows, and obviously all of this was going to get them sent to prison, which when they did the hunger strikes, which caused lots of attention. And the main thing with the suffragettes is that they got lots and lots of media attention, okay? And this is really, really important because although the suffragists got attention through their posters and banners, it was much slower than the suffragettes, because obviously if you have women going on violent marches and placing bricks through windows, that's going to get a lot of newspapers talking, okay? And so therefore got them, it was very controversial at the time, but it did get them quite a lot of support. Okay, so those are the differences between the NUWSS and the WSPU, the suffragists who were peaceful and the suffragettes who were violent, okay?